Kane Review, print speaking to the blind, celebrating 40 years of audio newspaper production. Welcome to this week's edition of the Kirkintilloch Herald podcast, recorded at the Bishopbriggs Media Centre by our amazing volunteers. You can get in touch with us via Facebook, Twitter or Instagram using @CueNReview. That is @CueAndReview. You can also contact us directly by emailing information@cuenreview.com. That is INFORMATION @CueAndReview.com, or by calling 0141 772 3976. That's 0141 772 3976.
This week's podcast is dated Wednesday the 14th of August 2024 and is read to you by volunteers Corey, Hunter, Ian, Nikki, Philip and Rebecca. We hope you enjoy the podcast.
Proposals for 51 homes on Plainfield site. Article by Kevin McRoberts. There's a chance to find out about proposals to build 51 affordable homes in Kirkintilloch at a drop-in event being held next week. East Dunbartonshire Council is proposing to develop an area of land known locally as Cledden's Playing Fields or Totty Park. The site to the east of Whitehill Avenue in Hillhead and west of Loch Lee, Mosgiel Gardens and Alloway Grove in Hairstains is presently used for open space, but was allocated in the local development plan for residential development in 2017. The proposal is to build 51 affordable homes for social rent on the site, which would include cottage flats, semi-detached and terraced homes ranging from 1 to 4 bedroom properties. The development will be made possible through the allocation of grant funding from the Scottish Government's Affordable Housing Supply Scheme. A drop-in event on Tuesday, August 20th, 3 to 7 p.m. in Hillhead Community Centre, Meikle Hill Road, Kirkintilloch, has been organised by the Council's Housing Investment Team to give local people an opportunity to view the initial proposals, find out more and give their feedback. Anyone who can't make the drop-in event can still view the information on the consultation pages of the Council's website, www.eastdunbartonshire.gov.uk/council/consultations. Anyone who wishes to make comments on the proposal can do so via an online survey, which will run until Friday, August the 23rd. Councillor Paul Ferretti, convener of the Council's Place, Neighbourhood and Corporate Assets Committee, said, "This is an opportunity for residents to find out about the proposed new development and provide us with feedback. There will be experts on hand to answer questions and provide further details on the plans and drawings that are being proposed to help us successfully deliver much needed affordable houses in this area. I hope people can attend and let us know their views." A second drop-in event will take place on Wednesday, September the 25th, 3 to 7 p.m, Hillhead Community Centre, where feedback will be provided on the views gathered during this first event. A report will then be prepared, which will be submitted in support of the planning application. Article by Kevin McRoberts, read by Rebecca.
This week in history. August 17, 1987, former senior Nazi Rudolf Hess committed suicide in Spandau prison at the age of 93. On this day last year, more than 7,500 people had been evacuated or ordered to stay indoors as the worst wildfire in at least 4 decades ravaged the Canary island of Tenerife, authorities reported. August 18, 1971, 28-year-old disabled man Eamon McDevitt was shot dead by the army in Strathblane, Northern Ireland. August 19, 1987, date of the Hungerford massacre, when gun-crazy Michael Ryan shot dead 16 people in the Berkshire town and then killed himself. August 20, 1956. Calder Hall, in Cumbria, the world's first large-scale atomic power station, began generating. August 21, 1988. Amended British licensing laws allowing more flexible pub opening hours came into force at midnight. Pubs could now stay open 12 hours in the day, except on Sunday. On this day last year, the Royal Mint launched a £2 collectible coin to commemorate the life and work of the Lord of the Rings author J.R.R. Tolkien. August 22nd, 1960. Beyond the Fringe, one of the most influential satirical revues staged in Britain, opened in Edinburgh. And that article was read by me, Ian McKenna.
Canal boat trips and activities as recorded by Hunter MacDonald. A number of boat trips and other activities have been organised for the days leading up to the 2024 Kirkintilloch Canal Festival, August the 31st to September the 1st. Sail and Stories voyages take place at 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. on Monday the 26th, and there are free places for families, sponsored by Kirkintilloch BID, at a ceramic experience with craft aft on a raft at South Bank Marina on Tuesday, August the 27th, and Wednesday, August the 28th, 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Further boat trips include the Bubbles and Breakfast Cruise on Wednesday, August the 28th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m, and the Spirit of Alba Whisky Tasting Session on Friday, August the 30th, 7 till 9 p.m. For more details and booking information, go to www.kirkintillochcanalfestival.org/what's-on/boat-trips.
Showcasing successes at the heart of communities. Report by Kevin McRoberts. Community groups, charities and social enterprises are being invited to a special event which aims to focus the spotlight on wonderful work taking place across Eastern Bartonshire. The Grants Advisory Committee EGM and Showcase will be an opportunity for representatives to hear about fantastic projects, learn more about the committee and the Council's Community Grant Scheme, and to forge links with fellow third sector groups. The event takes place on Wednesday, August 21st, 6:45 to 8:45 p.m. in Bearsden Academy Assembly Hall, St Andrews Way, Bearsden. The Community Grant Scheme is one of the ways that Eastern Bartonshire Council provides funding to groups carrying out great work locally. Applications are accepted during funding rounds which take place throughout the year. More than £94,000 was allocated to projects and organisations following the April 2024 window, using money designated by the Council from the UK Government Shared Prosperity Fund. The Grants Advisory Committee plays a key role in the process, working to ensure that the funds available make the biggest difference possible to local communities. It is made up of volunteers from groups across Eastern Bartonshire. The AGM and Showcase will provide an opportunity to hear about some of the many success stories, highlighting the transformative effects which grants have had in local communities. Networking facilitate connections between attendees and potential funding sources. Meet Grants Advisory Committee members and find out how to join. To secure a place, email communitygrants@easternbarton.gov.uk or call Community Planning on 0300 123 4510 by Monday, August 19th. For more information, visit www.easternbarton.gov.uk/community-grants-scheme. Councillor Gordon Lowe, leader of Eastern Bartonshire Council, said, "I hope as many representatives of as many groups and organisations as possible are able to attend the Grants Advisory Committee EGM and Showcase. There will be short presentations from a diverse range of grant recipients, including providing information and inspiration. It's a chance to network with volunteers working locally and to learn more about potential funding opportunities. You can also hear about the work of the committee and how you could play a pivotal role. The Council's Community Grant Scheme provides funding to organisations and groups which have a constitution, a bank account, are not-for-profits, and aim to bring benefits to the residents of East Dunbartonshire. Applications are assessed by the Grant Advisories Committee, which makes recommendations for awards to the Community Planning Partnership Board. The Community Planning Partnership includes representatives of the Council, the Health and Social Care Partnership, Police Scotland, East Dunbartonshire Voluntary Action, the Leisure and Culture Trust, and other organisations providing public services locally. In the article written by Kevin McRoberts.
MP's concern for pensioners. Concern has been raised for elderly people in East Dunbartonshire following the Chancellor's decision to restrict winter fuel payments to only those eligible for pension credit. Scottish Liberal Democrat MP for Mid Dunbartonshire Susan Murray is calling for safeguards to be put in place to ensure means testing the winter fuel payment does not harm vulnerable pensioners. She has also urged the new UK government to actively help pensioners and families with the cost of living, especially during winter. Energy bills are also expected to rise towards the end of the year, putting further pressure on household incomes and especially those living on low or fixed incomes. Ms Murray has urged the government to listen to older people's concerns and make sure that it finds ways to help them. The Charity for Older People Age UK has urged similar action and has published a petition calling for the benefit to be protected. Ms Murray added, older people will be understandably concerned by the possibility of their winter fuel payment being taken from them by HM Treasury. While it is obvious the last UK government left the economy in a state of ruin, this government must do more than simply clean up their mess and must avoid those on the margins being hurt. Pensioners, most of whom have worked and contributed for their entire lives, deserve the security of knowing that they will be able to heat their homes this winter, and I will do whatever I can to give it to them. Green grants for businesses. Businesses in East Dunbartonshire are being invited to apply for a Green Business Grant to support progress towards net zero carbon emissions and cut energy bills. Up to £10,000 is available from the programme, supported by the UK Shared Prosperity Fund. Grants can be used to help businesses with rising energy costs and to support progress towards net zero carbon emissions, resulting in long-term sustained reductions in energy bills. The programme is open for application from businesses with a postcode registered within East Dunbartonshire. It will close on December the 20th or when budget is fully allocated, whichever is earlier. For more information as well as details of how to apply, go to www.eastdunbarton.gov.uk/residents/business/green-business-support/green-business-support-programme.
Share Views on Services. Report by Kevin McRoberts. A series of events will be held for members of the public to share their views on the future of mental health services in Greater Glasgow and Clyde. And one of the first opportunities to do so will be next week at a drop-in event on Friday, August 23rd, 2 to 4 p.m. at Bishopbriggs War Memorial Hall at Balmildy Road. NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde, in partnership with local health and social care partnerships, has organised face-to-face and online sessions to invite people to have their say in how services are delivered. Feedback gathered during the engagement phase will be used to help plan services for patients and carers and to improve the way these are delivered. It follows a survey earlier this year which found people who want to see an increase in community-based mental health services and resources and more support for people to self-manage their conditions. As part of its Refresh Mental Health Strategy for 2023 to 28, NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde is looking at how it can deliver this and how it currently provides inpatient services. It is also reviewing its mental health inpatient provision as it continues on a journey to shift the balance of care by moving away, where appropriate, from institutional hospital-led services to invest in those delivered locally in community-based settings. Shifting the balance of care towards a community-based model will allow services to be delivered earlier and reduce the need for inpatient care. It will help NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde to better meet the needs of patients by allowing health staff to support them and provide care closer to home, while also being more cost effective. Public engagement events have now been planned across Greater Glasgow and Clyde in August and September. Some, like the one in Bishopbriggs, are drop-in sessions, with people invited to turn up on the day. For some others, there is a booking system that is in place due to capacity of venues. There will also be an online session in the evening of Monday, September 23rd, to allow those unable to attend in person to participate. For details of all public engagement sessions, go to www.nhs.gc.se/contact-us/mental-health-services-engagement. And an article was written by Kevin McRoberts.
Swimmers invited to go to great lengths for charity. The Community Swimathon, part of the Provost Summer Challenge, has reached around halfway point. Provost Gillian Rennick and Deputy Provost Colette McDermott are calling on the community to help them swim 25,000 lengths this month to raise funds for East Dunbartonshire Women's Aid. Fantastic progress is being made at the pools at the Allender Leisure Dome and Kirkintilloch Leisure Centres. There's still a couple of weeks to add more lengths. The Provost is encouraging local people to play their part by grabbing their goggles and diving into their local pool and pledge lengths to help reach the target. The Swimathon is one of 4 challenges organised by East Dunbartonshire's Civic Office being undertaken this month. The Community Swimathon, which runs until August the 29th, is a 25,000 lengths challenge, with the community invited to contribute to the tally of lengths at the 3 local swimming pools. There's also been a 9-mile walk, with the Provost and Deputy Provost joined by members of Walk, Run and Cycle East Dunbartonshire, WRCED. The other challenges are a pickleball tournament and an 18-kilometre cycle from Kirkintilloch Marina to Twecker. More information about the Provost Summer Challenge can be found at www.eastdunbarton.gov.uk/Provost-Summer-Challenge. If you would like to make a donation, go to www.justgiving.com/civic-office-East-Dunbartonshire-1721 899 142 162.
Tesco hits 220 million meals milestone. A report by Kevin McRoberts. People in Kirkintilloch who have helped to alleviate poverty and reduce food waste have been thanked by Tesco as part of special landmark celebrations. The supermarket chain has reached the milestone of donating 220 million meals to those in need through its Community Food Connection programme with the food charity FareShare. To commemorate the occasion, Tesco is paying tribute to the volunteers, community groups and Tesco colleagues who have contributed to the success of the partnership. Over the years, the partnership has seen Scotland donate over 15 million meals. Matthew Barnes, UK CEO of Tesco, said, "Tesco is immensely proud of its partnership with FareShare and the fantastic achievement of donating 220 million meals over the last 12 years. None of this could have been done without the passion, determination and drive of the countless people in places such as Kirkintilloch who have contributed to it. And it is to them today that we say a big thank you. But the hard work doesn't stop here. While this is a momentous milestone, we remain committed to partnering with FareShare as we work towards our goal of halving food waste and getting more good food to people. Now in its 12th year, Tesco's partnership with FareShare sees surplus food from Tesco stores and distribution centres donated to FareShare's network of charities, community groups and food banks, bringing people together to help alleviate poverty and reduce food waste. And that article was written by Kevin McRoberts.
Join Ukrainians to mark their day. People in East Dunbartonshire are being invited to join an event in Glasgow to celebrate Ukrainian Independence Day. The Glasgow branch of the Association of Ukrainians in Great Britain, AUGB, in partnership with Friends of Victoria Park, will be hosting Celebrating Ukrainian Independence Day, Family Day in the Park on Saturday, August the 24th, in Victoria Park, Glasgow from noon to 4 p.m. This family-friendly event promises a variety of engaging activities for both adults and children, including Ukrainian art workshops, magic shows and balloon modelling, face painting, various sports activities such as volleyball, football, yoga and tennis, fun games like tug of war and a fire engine display, and a model boat club. Attendees are encouraged to bring a picnic and enjoy the picturesque setting of Victoria Park. The event will begin with performances by talented Ukrainian artists. Members of the Glasgow Warriors rugby team are also expected to be in attendance. Katerina Campbell of AUGB Glasgow said, "Our goal is to bring people together and celebrate the warm welcome that the people of Scotland have extended to Ukrainians over the past 2 years, providing them with a safe haven during challenging times. This event is our way of giving back to the Glasgow community, creating a space for families to enjoy themselves, meet new people and forge lasting connections." Ukrainian Independence Day is a significant occasion, celebrating the hard-won freedom and ongoing resilience of the Ukrainian people. It is a day to honour the values of freedom, self-determination and resilience.
Pupils score high exam pass rates. Report by Julie Curry. Exam results in East Dunbartonshire remain strong across the area's 8 secondary schools. Early analysis of the results, which pupils received last Tuesday, show a significant number of young people passed, achieving A, B and C grades. For National 5, it was 84.7%. For Highers, it was 81.6%. And for Advanced Higher, the figure was 77.8%. Councillor Linda Williamson, Education Convener, said, "Huge congratulations to everyone who worked hard to achieve these great results. I'd like to pay tribute to the young people themselves, the families who have supported them, and the school staff who are focused on helping every single pupil achieve their full potential. We are offering an increasing number of qualifications to meet the needs of young people, including National Progression Awards and Foundation Apprenticeships. Results from these will not be known until later in the year, which will give us a full picture of attainment across the board. Pupils concerned about their grades can submit an appeal which involved a marking review by the SQA. Across Scotland, further in-depth analysis of the results data will be undertaken following the release of Insight data, which will take account of the outcome of appeals." Councillor Williamson outlined the support available to anyone who needs it. She said, "If your results are not what you were expecting or what you were hoping for, please speak to your teachers, they can help. There is a lot of support available, and it is important to ask as there are flexible routes to your chosen career. More support is available in Skills Development Scotland's My World of Work website, www.myworldofwork.co.uk, or students can speak to an expert in person at one of their centres. The SDS Career Centre in Kirkintilloch can provide support. Call 0141 777 5860 for an appointment, or for more information on how to access career information, advice and guidance. The centre is open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday, 9am to 5pm, and Wednesday, 10:30am to 5pm. And that report was by Julie Curry. Call to change exam system. Scottish Green MSP Ross Greer has called for a move away from Scotland's Victorian-era system of high-stakes, end-of-term exams. He says this will be key to closing the attainment gap in our schools. Mr Greer, his party's education spokesperson and MSP for West Scotland region, has called for a move towards more continuous assessment in line with the recommendations of Professor Louise Hayward's Independent Review of Qualifications and Assessments, published by the Scottish Government earlier this year. Mr Greer has highlighted the evidence of a narrower attainment gap between pupils from the most and least privileged backgrounds when alternatives to high-stakes exams have been used. The Green MSP has also pointed to the falling pass rates and widening attainment gap as evidence that the SQA was mistaken to reverse many of the changes previously made to compensate for disruption caused by the pandemic. Mr Greer said, "Results day is always stressful for pupils, teachers and parents and carers. Every young person should be congratulated on the work they put in and with the skills they've developed, whatever their final grade. This must be one of the last years where Scotland's young people are put through a Victorian-era system of high-stakes, end-of-term exams. We now have clear evidence that this makes the attainment gap worse. The Scottish Greens have long campaigned for a move away from this exam system and towards greater use of ongoing assessment throughout the year. After the 2020 grading scandal, we secured a review of the exam system because we knew change was desperately needed. The Scottish Government must show some courage and commit to delivering in full the 21st century approach to qualifications proposed by Professor Hayward. The status quo is failing our students. High-stakes end-of-term exams are not, and never have been, an accurate way of measuring a young person's knowledge or abilities. It is deeply unfair that a pupil who has excelled all year can have their future irreversibly altered by a bout of illness, anxiety or lack of sleep due to a chaotic home life." And that article was unattributed. Doors Open Days. Free access to iconic venues. Report by Kevin McRoberts. Iconic buildings, old and new, are planning to throw open their doors as part of this year's Doors Open Day in East Dunbartonshire. The event, which takes place on Saturday, September the 7th and Sunday, September the 8th, allows free access to lots of venues as well as sites of historic, cultural, archaeological and community interest which are not usually open to the public. For example, if you've ever wanted to go backstage to a theatre, now is your chance. The Turret Theatre in Kirkintilloch's east side has been home to the Kirkintilloch Players since 1974 and has been the backdrop to countless award-winning productions. Originally home to the Liberal Club, it is now a 60-seat auditorium. For the first time, as part of Doors Open Day, curious visitors can go behind the curtain and see the inner workings of this theatrical gem. Members of the theatre group, which recently celebrated its centenary, will be on hand to share the history and inner workings of this much-loved venue. You can also pay a visit to Kirkintilloch Town Hall on Saturday, September the 7th, for the Festival of Clubs from 11am. This event is an opportunity to explore the diverse range of opportunities available in your community, including arts, heritage, health and well-being, sports and leisure. If you represent a local community club or group and would like to showcase the work of your organisation, contact archives@eastdunbarton.gov.uk to reserve a free table. Don't miss a last chance to visit the Campsie Memorial Hall in Lennoxtown before it closes for 2025 for a major refurbishment dating back to January 1866, when a public meeting was held in Field Park to discuss the erection of a public hall for the village. It was duly built and opened 2 years later. As well as being able to see inside this wonderful community venue, you can learn about its fascinating history through various displays and find out the exciting plans for its future. Back for a second year, the Deafblind Scotland Learning and Development Centre will be offering guided tours which include a visual exhibit, a look at the specialist IT suite, and a chance to try equipment from their lending library. Visitors will also be able to go into the recording studio, explore a tactile art exhibition, and try out Braille and moon writing. Councillor Jim Gibbons, Chair of Eastern Bartonshire Leisure and Culture Trust, EDLC Trust, said, "Doors Open Day is one of the highlights of the cultural calendar, and I am delighted that so many venues, old and new, in Eastern Bartonshire will be taking part this year. If you've ever walked past one of these buildings and wondered what it was like inside, I'd encourage you to go along to one of the many events taking place in our towns and villages. As well as being about wonderful architecture and design, our buildings reflect our communities and the stories of the people who have shaped them. Eastern Bartonshire Doors Open Day is part of a family of Doors Open Days events taking place across Scotland throughout September. It is coordinated nationally, but the Scottish Civic Trust, EDLC Trust, coordinates the Eastern Bartonshire programme. Doors Open Days is Scotland's largest free festival that celebrates places and stories, new and old. It is supported by Historic Environment Scotland. For Eastern Bartonshire Doors Open Day, events require bookings. This can be done through the Eventbrite website by searching for the event you're interested in. You can find the full programme on the EDLC website at www.edlc.co.uk, and the article was written by Kevin McRoberts.
New yoga premises. A new yoga centre could open in Kirkintilloch if Eastern Bartonshire Council approves the proposals. Harper Healing and Wellbeing has applied for permission to convert a unit in Kilsyth Road workspace into a yoga premises. The building is currently designated for general business or industrial use, or as a centre for storage or distribution, so the council would have to allow a change of use, designating it as suitable for leisure pursuits. The plans also include constructing an upper floor extension to create space for a second studio on site. For further information on the proposals or to leave a comment for consideration in determining the application, visit Eastern Bartonshire Council's website and search for planning reference TP/ED/24/0400.
Dramatic Way to Cut Reoffending. Article by Kevin McRoberts. More than 400 people in Scottish prisons have taken part in a groundbreaking drama programme to reduce reoffending and improve prisoners' mental health. Glasgow-based arts charity Creative Change Collective has run its anonymous drama programmes in 5 prisons, including Low Moss on the outskirts of Bishopbriggs, since 2022. Every year, more than 200 people take part in groups developed by the charity, aiding the rehabilitation and cutting reoffending. The concept of anonymous drama is to allow people to explore their mental health and improve their relationship with themselves. Participants developed fictional characters and scripts, but do not reveal to each other which part of the stories they choose to tell are made up and which parts are based on real life. Participants at Low Moss recently took part in a rehearsed reading to an audience of their peers, prison staff, friends and family. Mark McNichol, Creative Change Collective Project Director, said, I am proud that our work is playing a part in helping people turn their lives around and address some of the challenges that led to their convictions. I am always deeply moved by the transformation in people who take part in our programmes and the power that the arts and creativity have to change lives and support rehabilitation. One Low Moss group participant commented, "This is the second opportunity I have had to participate in the Creative Change Collective programme. My confidence has grown and it has allowed me to realise I can get a bus without taking drugs. Being part of the first group built my confidence to stand up and read in front of an audience. However, this time around, I have supported others on that journey, which has been rewarding. Years in prison have impacted my confidence and self-worth, but the drama therapy group has given me the belief that I can express myself and explore feelings I have been reluctant to explore in the past. Throughout my sentence, I have always thought I would get out and go straight back to the same old peers and habits I left many years ago. But groups like Creative Change Collective have opened my eyes to a supportive recovery community of people who want the best for me." Karen Norrie, Governor in charge at HMP Low Moss, said creative opportunities like the Anonymous Drama programme can give the individual a positive outlet to express themselves, build their confidence and improve their communication and life skills. All these things support those in our care to make positive changes to their lives and better prepare them for life on release, she said. We are grateful to the Creative Change Collective for the work they are doing here and look forward to continuing this great partnership. Article by Kevin McRoberts.
Cancer patients should check their eligibility. Report by Julie Curry. A cancer charity has joined forces with the Scottish Government to urge people with cancer to check if they could be eligible for disability benefits. Cancer Card Scotland founder Jane Hardy and Cabinet Secretary for Social Justice Shirley-Anne Somerville want people with cancer to ensure they're getting the money they could be entitled to. Both adult disability payment and child disability payment are available in Scotland to help cover the extra costs of being disabled, having a long-term health condition or being terminally ill. Importantly, Social Security Scotland fast-tracks applications for disability payments from people who are terminally ill. A decision can take as little as 48 hours. For people with cancer who are applying under the standard rules, there is a qualifying period before they can be eligible. Jen, who was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2017, set up Cancer Card Scotland as an online hub where people with cancer could find out about all the support available to them. Sharing her experience of applying for benefits after her diagnosis, Jane said, "There is a perception that, to get a disability benefit, someone needs to have a physical disability that is there all the time. However, that's not the case. Cancer can have a substantial and long-term effect on someone's ability to do normal daily activities. It affects you not just physically but mentally and emotionally as well. For most people, how they feel and the level of help they need changes. For example, every 3 weeks I have an infusion of life-extending Herceptin, which takes 3 or 4 hours. It's exhausting and I get so tired I can't move. Without my blue badge and my adult disability payment, I couldn't do half the things I do. I want people with cancer to know that it's okay to get financial support and it's okay to apply for child disability payment or adult disability payment. Everyone needs help at some point in their life." Shirley-Anne Somerville, Cabinet Secretary for Social Justice, said, "Adult disability payment and child disability payment are there to help cover the extra costs that come with being disabled or having a long-term health condition, such as cancer. Getting a cancer diagnosis is difficult enough without worrying about bills. This is money people are entitled to, and I urge everyone who is eligible to apply for support." Many people with cancer have spoken about how attending appointments and getting treatment can be a full-time job. That's why we fast-track applications from people diagnosed with terminal cancer, so that they can get the support they need as quickly as possible. Social Security Scotland can help people apply for these payments either over the phone or face-to-face in a location that suits them. We also fund independent advocacy service Voiceability to provide help to disabled people applying for Scottish benefits. More information on eligibility and how to apply is available at www.mygov.scot/browse/benefits/disability-benefits. And that report was written by Julie Curry.
Family announcements. Deaths. Tungat, Margaret. After a short stay at Northgate Care Home, Margaret passed away peacefully on August 2nd, 2024. She will be sadly missed by friends, family and neighbours alike. The funeral service will be in Cadder Church on Wednesday, August 21st at 12:30 p.m. and thereafter at Cadder Cemetery. Please, no flowers. There will be a collection for cancer research at the church. Bright, colourful dress code to reflect Margaret's personality.
Don't fall foul of spray foam insulation scams. Report by Julie Curry. Scots have been urged to be on their guard against cowboy firms trying to cash in on home insulation scams by falsely claiming they have ties to consumer watchdogs. Advice Direct Scotland, which runs the free consumer advice.scot service, has seen a surge in complaints from homeowners about offers to tackle botched spray foam insulation. The charity has received calls from across the country reporting companies suggesting they are working with trading standards in an attempt to appear legitimate. Experts are concerned that the same rogue traders who originally misled consumers by selling them spray foam may now be sharing customers' personal information, or even rebranding themselves so they can swindle the same people again. An 86-year-old man from Glasgow and elderly couples from Dundee and Stenhousemuir were alarmed after receiving apparently identical letters and, in some cases, phone calls. Between them, they'd already paid nearly £13,000 for work before receiving the latest suspicious correspondence, prompting them or their family members to seek advice. Advice Direct Scotland stressed the importance of researching companies before agreeing to any work. Hazel Knowles, senior project leader, said, "We have received numerous complaints from individuals contacted by traders regarding spray foam loft installations, claiming to represent trading standards and offering removal services. By using the trading standards name, these firms are trying to take advantage of consumers. We are concerned about potential links between those offering removal services and the rogue traders who initially installed the installation. We urge consumers not to deal with cold callers. Instead, seek traders vetted by trading standards who have made a commitment to fair treatment through approved trader schemes. Consumers who are concerned or need help should contact one of our specialist consumer advisors for free, impartial and practical advice on 0808 164 6000 or www.consumeradvice.scot. Earlier this year, TSS warned about spray foam scams after a 42% rise in incidents in 2023, costing Scots £500,000. Cold callers often promise a free loft survey, then claim to detect damp or mould and suggest spray foam insulation as a solution. However, this product can cause issues in timber-framed roofs. Removal is also difficult and costly, averaging £3,200 for a 3-bedroom detached house. Some mortgage lenders refuse loans or equity release until the spray foam is removed. Fiona Richardson, Chief Officer of Trading Standards Scotland, said, "Trading Standards Services are not currently working with any spray foam removal companies in Scotland. Any communication suggesting otherwise is likely to be a scam. Consumers who feel they have been misled into having spray foam insulation installed should avoid responding to letters or cold callers offering to remove it. We advise consumers to report any unsolicited letters which mention a partnership with Trading Standards to Advice Direct Scotland." And that report was by Julie Curry. From the Kirkintilloch and Bishopbriggs letters page, date Wednesday 14th of August, Let's talk. Please send your letters via email to kirkyscotland@jnscotland.co.uk. That's KIRKYHERALD @JNScotland.co.uk and write letters in the subject field. Please keep letters to a maximum of 300 words. Letters cannot be published without a name and postal address. Also include a daytime phone number if possible. We reserve the right to edit any letter. Time for discipline. Sir, with regard to the recent criminal violence in our streets, I would suggest consideration of a judicial reintroduction of the clinical applied use of the birch as a first line of defence against such criminal violence and thuggery, followed by tagging for 2 years. Perhaps we could also introduce camps under the auspices of the army, where those found guilty could be placed for 2 years. During this period, they would learn discipline and respect. When the razor gangs were prevalent in Glasgow some 70 years ago, the problem was speedily stamped out by a judge who started doubling the sentence on each additional miscreant brought before him. Yours, etc., James Watson, by email. Some things can be afforded. Sir, Ms. Reeves, the Chancellor, states if we cannot afford it, we will not do it. First choice is to attack pensioners, who are generally regarded as being Tory supporters, so few votes lost there. By withdrawing the fuel allowance, followed by cancelling her appearance at the Edinburgh Fringe, that some may say Ms. Reeves bottled it. We can afford the would likes rather than the needs. Can we really afford the billions spent in foreign aid, or the £7 million in subsidising MPs' bars and restaurants, where a first-class three-course meal costs £10? As MPs are self-employed, why do they get 11% added to their pension pot from taxpayer funds, or, unlike other self-employed folks, they receive their annual salary whether they turn up or not? And how about withdrawing the appointment of 2 of ex-Blair's ministers as special advisers at a cost not yet given? Meanwhile, jobs at risk in Methil. 80 jobs are lost in a fish processing plant on the Isle of Lewis, and 150 jobs are lost at a crisp factory in Lincolnshire. Lack of common sense from the politicians continues on. Yours, etc., Ronald Hunter, address supplied. Cooling off. Sir, there have not been many letters from the climate lobby recently. Have they started to look out of their window? Yours, etc., J. Mackay, by email. Time to leave. Sir, the only reason Scots hesitate to demand independence is because they believe that England has all the money, and therefore all the power. However, at present the UK is tearing itself to pieces in a civil war based on colour and religious beliefs that has shocked the rest of the world into telling its holidaymakers to avoid the UK as a destination. The UK is going to become a whole lot poorer and will borrow more and more to meet its debts, let alone give Scotland the money it's owed or the money promised to us in the run-up to the last election. Leaving the United Kingdom to service its own debts will not be made easy by Westminster. Scotland has been a nice little earner for so long, and losing it will cause discomfort. But do we want to be ruled by a country at war with itself? I don't think so. Statistics suggest 72% of Scots want to be back in the EU. To do that, we need to be an independent country. Now is the time to have a second referendum. Yours, etc., Elizabeth Scott, by email. Grasp the nettle, sir. At last, the Bank of England has done what it should have done 3 months ago. Its members have reduced interest rates, but only by the least amount in a 5-4 vote, which does not give much confidence for further reductions this year. The election is over. Inflation is at the target level, but may increase over the winter, and public sector payroll increases are still on the horizon. GDP growth is estimated to be slightly higher, and the bank should grasp the opportunity to reduce the rate to 4.5% by Christmas this year, and then get it to below 4% by the end of 2025. This would give mortgage holders and companies with debt some respite from the cost of living crisis, while energy prices are still well above their levels in 2022. Yours, etc., James McIntyre, by email. Extra day, Sir. Maggie Chapman of the Scottish Greens has urged employers across Scotland to trial a 4-day working week during the month of August. It is just as well she was only referring to the private sector, since those in the public sector would never agree to working an extra day. Yours, etc., Clark Cross, address supplied. And that was this week's letters page from the Kirkintilloch and Bishopbriggs Herald. NHS Dance Team Star in Arts Week. Report by Kevin McRoberts. Staff throughout the NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde are to play a starring role in a week-long celebration of the arts and their importance in the nation's physical, mental and social health. Healing Arts Scotland 2024 runs from Monday, August 19th, with a host of events and discussions about the role of the arts in healthcare, and a team of dancers from NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde will feature in a specially filmed video to be shown at the launch ceremony in Edinburgh. In addition, Healing Arts Scotland will be coming to Glasgow on Wednesday, August 21st for a day dedicated to events in the city. The launch video was filmed at the Queen Elizabeth University Hospital in April, when staff were joined by Scottish Ballet and community and health dancers from the Scottish Ballet's neurological and youth programmes, as they performed a specially commissioned routine to celebrate the power of the arts to connect communities and bring arts and health together. The video is a culmination of a programme in which Scottish Ballet has worked with NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde Arts and Health Improvement Programme, with support from the active staff team, to provide online movement and dance sessions for staff within the Health Board and partner health and social care partnerships. Jackie Sands, Senior Arts and Health Improvement Lead at NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde, who developed a partnership with Scottish Ballet, said, "Being part of this video has been a wonderful experience, and the finished video will be an uplifting and positive way to help kick off Healing Arts Scotland. I would like to thank everyone who has been involved in the movement and dance sessions and the video. I would encourage everyone to have a look at the Healing Arts Scotland website and to book a place in some of the events, in Glasgow or elsewhere. Everything is free, so we're hoping lots of people will come along and support this great festival. The Healing Arts Scotland Glasgow Day, which will be hosted by Tramway, Scottish Ballet and the Hidden Garden, will feature events bringing together communities, researchers and academics in the city. The day will feature workshops and sessions run by Scottish arts and health practitioners, and panel discussions with leading Scottish experts and renowned arts and health specialists from around the world. From taiko drumming to choral workshops, and country dancing to mindfulness, there will be something for everyone, and every event will be free of charge. There will also be another chance to see the NHS GGC dancers perform. In addition, Healing Arts Scotland features a programme of online conferences and discussions, and members of the public, as well as healthcare and arts professionals, are encouraged to sign up. To find out more about the Glasgow Day and what's on, go to www.healingarts-scotland.org/events/healing-arts-Glasgow-day. For more on the wider Healing Arts Scotland, go to healingartsscotland.org. And that report was by Kevin McRoberts.
Good day to you. It's Philip here again with the local church news in East Dunbartonshire. And I hope you're enjoying the summer. The days that we have summer and the days that we have autumn showers. You managed to get out and enjoy the sunshine. Today, first of all, we're going to Milton and Campsie. I've mentioned over the church news over the last few weeks about their up-and-coming youth and kids activities. It's called Milton and Campsie Go Mad. In partnership with Campsie Church, St Paul's and St Mackin's, Milton-Campsie Parish Church delivered its 9th consecutive 2-week event, reaching out to children, young people and adults with music, art and drama. This year's theme was Oompa-larity. Yeah, that's the word. Oompa Woompa Dumpity-doo. We have a wonderful tale for you. Each day's tale focused on a well-known Bible parable brought to life for the children by Willie Lofty and the Gospel Guy. The theme was explored later in the day in Parable Prayers, a short intergenerational act of worship, preceded by 7-Up for older youngsters. A kind of messy church was held on the middle Sunday. Care homes were visited, a litter pick was done, and fair trade rice was sold. The fortnight's hard work culminated in a charity concert with over £1,000 being divided among 4 charities: Breast Cancer Now, Christian Aid, Scottish Bible Society and Strathcarron Hospice. Amazing work done there to support these amazing charities. A highlight of the concert was the Churches Together Redemption 6-hander played by Marion Donachie, Aileen Kelly and Gareth Wilson. And just great for these people to do that and to give up their time and 2 weeks holiday for that. Now we move to Kirkintilloch, to the Church of God at Regent Hall, Regent Street. On Sunday there will be a Good News service at 4 p.m. The speaker this week will be Carol Smith. A warm welcome to everyone who is able to join us. The Coffee Corner recommences on Wednesday, August the 21st and is open from 12 noon till 2 p.m. For home baking coffee, come along and join our friends and neighbours for coffee and a chat. I know I was at it a few months ago, and yeah, all I can say is I didn't like the coffee because I drink tea, but the cakes were great in the home baking there. So come along for a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and enjoy the chat. For up-to-date and further information on our services, visit our website at solthews.regenthall.org. And a verse for today, Jesus said, "The one who believes in me will live even though they die, and whoever lives by believing in me will never die." Do you believe this? Check out John 11. Verses 15 to 26. Then to Lenzie Old Parish Church. Sunday worship begins in the church at 11 a.m. A creche is available for children to come along and sing and to enjoy themselves. Come and Sing is also the name of the dementia-friendly singing group. Meets on Tuesday, August the 20th at 1:45 and 2:45 in Lenzie Old Church Hall. Lenzie Old Church also is celebrating its 150th anniversary on Saturday, August the 31st at 2:30 p.m. There will be an organ recital in the church celebrating the church's life. And the organ will be played by John Kitchen, MBE, who serves as the organist in Edinburgh City. He is also a harpsichordist, conductor, early music that is, and a scholar of music and educator based in Edinburgh. There is no admission charge for this recital, but donations can be made towards the church's organ fund. A special service will also be held in the church on Sunday, September the 1st at 2:30 p.m. to celebrate the 150th anniversary of the church. The service will be led by the Reverend Julie Harty, and following the service, the congregation are invited to view an exhibition in the Old Hall which tells the story of church over the past 150 years. Yes, 150 years. Refreshments will be provided in the new hall that is, and there will be no morning worship on Sunday, September the 1st because of the celebrations in the afternoon. Then we move to Bishopbriggs, Kenmure Parish Church. This Sunday we welcome back Mr. Isaac McCleary, Church of Scotland reader, to lead our morning worship, beginning at 11 a.m. Visitors to the area during the holiday period are welcome to join us for our morning worship and will receive a warm welcome. You can attend either in person or online on our YouTube channel. The service on YouTube can be watched live as it happens, as it's streamed, or later at a time that suits you. You can find our channel by simply searching Kenmure Bishopbriggs on YouTube. There will be a period of fellowship following the service in the hall with coffee, juice, and I'm sure there's tea as well, and biscuits are served. The most up-to-date details of all groups that are currently running may be found on the WhatsApp section of their website, kenmure-church.co.uk. To find us on Facebook, just search for Kenmure Parish Church. If you'd like to join our WhatsApp group or receive the Bible studies from ABC, then email us at kenmurechurch@icloud.com. And a short one here from Lines of Union Church. Sunday services at 11 a.m. A creche is provided for babies and toddlers. A creche is also provided for babies and toddlers. As I said, young people are also welcome to Lighthouse and Bible class. A live stream of the service is available on YouTube via our websites. Bishopbriggs again, St James's Church, Hilton Road, Bishopbriggs, with the minister Canon Paul Watson is there in charge. And there is a communion service at 11 a.m. on Thursday in the chapel, and on Sunday, August the 18th, in the chapel at 9 a.m. and at 10:30 a.m. in the church. Everyone is welcome to come to the services. Do stay on for fellowship over tea and coffee. Yes, a 7 tea afterwards. There is also other virtual services and groups for up-to-date and further information. Refer to our social media, Facebook, yes, St James the Less, Bishopbriggs, and the website, all the W's as usual, stjamesbishopbriggs.org.uk. And a date for your diary, Friday, August the 23rd, 4 p.m. till 7 p.m. is our Community Fun Day. There will be a coffee morning on Wednesday, August the 14th in the new hall for parents of Primary 1 children starting school from 9:45 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. An opportunity to meet and relax. Back to Kirkintilloch, St Mary's Parish Church. The service on Sunday, August 18th will begin at 11 a.m. as usual and will be taken by the Reverend Ruth Morrison. There will be age-related activities for our young people in the church halls during the service. On Sunday, September the 1st, St Mary's will be taking part in the Canal Festival. Yay! There will be our annual opportunity for brave teddies to parachute off the church tower at 1:30 p.m. There will also be a tea room running in our church halls. St Mary's Craft Group resume meeting on Monday, August the 19th. We will have a number of projects, some to complete and others to begin. No experience is needed and new people are always welcome. Our projects include some for the church, especially in the run up to a Christmas, and some for charities both here and abroad. There is almost as much chatting as knitting and sewing, and tea, and coffee usually feature large. We begin at 2 p.m. and meet every Monday afternoon in the church session house. Wednesday welcome will begin again on Wednesday, September the 4th. Tea, coffee and home baking together with a truly warm welcome starts at 10 a.m. until 11:30 p.m. I'm sure that's not 11:30 p.m. I'm sure that's 11:30 a.m. every Wednesday. At 11:30, a short service takes place, taken by Ruth Morrison. Then to Bishopbriggs, Springfield, Cambridge Church. Morning worship on Sunday, August the 18th will be conducted by the Reverend Ian Taylor in the sanctuary at 11 a.m. An offering will be taken during the service. Please place your offering in the offering place as they are passed around the congregation. Tea and coffee will be served in the Cameron Hall after morning worship. Come and enjoy the fellowship. The Summer Sunday School meets in Room 2, where creche facilities are also available. Morning worship is also being live streamed on the Springfield Cambridge Church YouTube channel. A link to this can be found on the Springfield Cambridge Church website. That's all the W's, springfieldcambridge.org.uk, and Facebook page, where up-to-date information about events and church organisations can also be found. There will be a vestry hour on Wednesday, August the 14th, from 10 to 11 a.m. for anyone who would like to speak with the minister. There will be a short weekly service of worship in Springfield, Cambridge on Wednesday, August the 14th from 11:10 to 11:30, followed by tea, coffee in the Hall of Fellowship. On Saturday, August the 24th, Ewan Russell and friends will perform again in the church at 6:45 till 10 p.m. in aid of SAMH. SAMH. Tickets are now on sale. Copy for the September edition of our church magazine, The Record, should be emailed to the editor, Marion Ray, and that can be done at magazine@springfieldcambridge.org. by Sunday, August the 18th. The Guild is inviting the congregation to join them in supporting the Eastern Battenshire Food Bank warehouse by bringing donations and leaving them in the cupboard, and there's a list provided identifying specific needs. Staying in Bishopbriggs is Cadder Parish Church beside the canal. For full details, please see our website www.cadderchurch.org. And I'm sure that's probably .uk as well. We look forward to welcoming you this coming Sunday to our morning service, which will include communion. With the service will be led by the Reverend John McGregor. Music is led as usual by Javier Malo. Cadder kids and creche meet at the church at the start of the service, and then all go to the North Hall. All are welcome. Our church services are videoed and recorded and are available from the church website. Tea, coffee, etc. will be served after each service. The coffee shop is open Tuesday to Thursday, 10 till 12 p.m. 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. I should say, and Friday 10 a.m. to 12 noon at the South Hall Food Bank. If you wish to donate to the local food bank, you can bring your donation of food to the church or the coffee shop. Early fellowship in the South Hall Chapel at 9:30 on Tuesday and Thursday, and also on Zoom. Messy play for preschool children begins in the South Hall on August the 26th. Girls' Brigade begins on August the 20th from 6:15 for girls from P1 to S6. And there you have it. That's the church news for this week in Eastern Battenshire, covering all the churches that have sent us some information. And if you are able to manage through to the Edinburgh Festival Fringe this week and next, then I would check out Searchlight Theatre Company, who are doing Chariots of Fire, Titanic, etc., and another show called Chamberlain. I'm going myself on Friday. I'm looking forward to it, because I know the guys who are performing, because they stayed in my house a couple of months ago when they're on their recent tour here in the West End. So that's the church news for this week. Thank you for listening thus far. Continue to stay with us here on Q and Review. And if there's any comments or anything you think we should be doing or saying, then drop us an email at Q and Review. God bless you.
District News General. Holyrood View. Only weeks left to save Loch Lomond. Report by Ross Greer MSP. A record-breaking 140,000 people have now joined my campaign to save Loch Lomond from Flamingo Land's destructive mega-resort proposals for Balloch. Their draft plans are now the most unpopular planning application in Scottish history. In a few short weeks we'll find out whether the National Park listens to this outpouring of public opposition and votes to reject. Scotland's beauty spots don't come much more iconic than Loch Lomond, but Yorkshire-based theme park operator Flamingo Land's plan is for a colossal development at Balloch, including 104 lodges, 372 car parking spaces, 2 hotels, a water park, monorail and much more. This isn't a new proposal. They've been trying to get permission for nearly a decade now, repeatedly tweaking and rebranding in an attempt to get Loch Lomond and the Trossachs National Park Authority's approval. The application admits that the development will attract as many as 1 car every 14 seconds at peak times on the already dangerously congested A82. Scottish environmental watchdog SEPA have objected due to the flood risk, and locals are worried about the loss of access to well-used and popular green space, especially Drumkinnon Woods. The plans are opposed by a vast majority of those living in Balloch, the local community council, almost 140,000 members of the public, the National Trust for Scotland, Rambler Scotland, the Woodland Trust and many others. We now have just 1 month until the final decision is made by the National Parks Board on September 16. I've been proud to lead this campaign throughout my time as the region's Green MSP. Back in 2019 we defeated their first application, but despite promises not to press ahead, they are still determined to get their hands on this iconic site. And let's be honest, their only interest is profit, not protecting Scotland's world-famous natural environment. Flamingo Land has treated the community with contempt for almost a decade now, but the Scottish Greens have been proud to support residents and oppose this greedy company. Those living in Balloch are exhausted. They desperately want to see the back of Flamingoland. You can support them and help save Loch Lomond. Lodge your objection at www.greens.scot/Flamingoland. Glasgow. Monster Jam ramped up. Monster Jam ramped up is arriving at Glasgow's OVO Hydro for the first time ever for an adrenaline-charged weekend between September the 20th to 22nd. The all-new Monster Jam ramped up features the Monstergron, a multi-sided metal ramp that launches Monster Jam trucks as they attempt fan-favourite stunts like massive sky wheelies, big air jumps and backflips. World-class drivers show off their skills and race in fierce head-to-head battles for the event championship as the £12,000 Monster Jam trucks push all limits in freestyle, skills, donuts and racing competitions. The excitement begins before the main event at the Monster Jam pit party. Fans can see the massive trucks up close, meet their favourite drivers and crews, get autographs and take pictures. This fun-filled experience is the only place that allows people to get up close access to the Monster Jam teams and get an insider's look at these trucks. In addition to seeing heated rivalries and high-flying stunts, fans will witness 3 Marvel Monster Jam trucks. The Thor Monster Jam truck features the God of Thunder's helmet and cape, along with a massive version of his mighty hammer, Mjolnir. The majestic purple glow of Wakandan vibranium is unmistakable on the Black Panther Monster Jam truck. Clad in red and gold armour, the Iron Man Monster Jam truck has proved to be a favourite amongst fans. The All-Star lineup features 6 skilled athletes fighting for the championship while putting on a spectacle, constantly innovating and always entertaining. Matt Cody gets behind the wheel of the Wrecking Machine, the legendary Gravedigger. Black Granger grabs the bull by the horns in El Toro Loco. Monster Jam World Finals Freestyle Champion Charlie Pauken aims to take a bite out of the competition in Megalodon. 2-time Guinness World Record title holder and WOW Factor of the Year award winner Bara Musawiya in Black Panther. Brandon Arthur in Iron Man and Miranda Kozad in Thor all look to secure the event championship. Fans are encouraged to get to their seats early to experience Monster Truck trackside approximately 1 hour before the event start time. Tickets available at www.monsterjam.co.uk. Pause for an evening with Dogs Trust West Calder is inviting you to an exclusive series of Pause spelled PAWS, an evening with events where the start of the show are not actors or TV personalities but fabulous poochies. The first event, Pause for an Evening with Axel, is on Tuesday, August the 20th between 6pm and 7pm at Dogs Trust West Calder. Taking centre stage for his moment in the spotlight is Axel, a 9-year-old Weermanner who is affectionate and loyal and loves nothing more than being involved in family activities. Axel is currently in a foster home where he enjoys playing in the garden and has a special love of carrots. No tickets are required for these once-at-lifetime events. Visit www.dogstrust.org.uk/West Calder for more details. Festival of Humanism. Humanist Society Scotland has announced plans for a Festival of Humanism at Glasgow's Clayton Hotel on October the 26th. The event will include a full day of discussion with expert speakers on AI and online misinformation, the fight to end LGBT plus conversion practices, legalising assisted dying in religion and education. There will be creative activities and a pop-up exhibition to keep creative juices flowing throughout the festival. Tickets cost just £10 per person and include lunch, refreshments and access to all sessions and talks. Human Society Scotland CEO Fraser Sutherland said, "This Festival of Humanism gives us a chance to come together and think about where Scotland has got to on issues like secularism, bodily autonomy and LGBT plus rights. Above all, now is a crucial time for the assisted dying debate in our country, with Liam MacArthur's bill for assisted dying being discussed at Holyrood. We are delighted to be hearing from Humanist MSP Elena Whitham about her support for end-of-life choice, and we've got a great deal of speakers and events lined up. Whether you're a humanist or just interested in the issues, come and join us. Humanist Society Scotland has also planned creative activities to run throughout the festival. Ailey Weir, all that is bra, will offer a morning creative mending session with activities to continue throughout the day. There will also be an evening design making workshop from Glasgow's Design Library. At lunchtime, attendees will be able to view a pop-up exhibition featuring materials from Glasgow Women's Library. Book tickets at www.humanism.scot/event. Piping Live. Glasgow's much-loved Piping Live Festival has burst into life for its 21st edition, bringing the sights and sounds of Scotland's national instrument to the streets and venues across the city until Sunday, August 18th. Welcoming over 30,000 attendees to Glasgow performance spaces and landmarks each year, Piping Live showcases an eclectic programme of events for pipers, drummers and music lovers alike, and this year's festival is set to be one of the most popular yet. The Pipe Major Alistair Gillies Memorial Recital Challenge takes place on Thursday, August 15th, when 5 top pipers each perform a recital of their favourite tunes. Tickets and more information from www.pipinglive.co.uk. And that was this week's District News on Wednesday the 14th of August.
Focus is set on LA. This article was written by Brian Yule and it's being read by me, Corey. Bishopbriggs swimmer Katie Shanahan was over the moon after reaching 2 finals at her first Olympic Games. There was some doubt over whether the 20-year-old would make it to Paris after she was diagnosed with glandular fever in May, which disrupted her training schedule. However, Shanahan recovered in time to win the 400-metre individual medley at the Scottish National Open Swimming Championships by almost 20 seconds in June. At the La Defence Arena, the University of Stirling student finished 7th in the final of the 400-metre individual medley and then 5th in the final of the 200-metre backstroke, the latter in a time just 0.08 outside her own Scottish record. Shanahan said, "I'm over the moon with how this week has gone. I couldn't have asked for more. 2 months ago, I was debating whether I'd make it here, and if you'd told me that I'd have made 2 Olympic finals, coming 5th in one of them, I don't think I would have believed you. I'm happy with how I did against that field, in the 200-metre backstroke. Not too far from my personal best, and good split times. I knew coming in here that Kaylee McKeon and Regan Smith would be at the top, so I thought I could potentially get in amongst it for 3rd. Shanahan won European silver in the 200-metre backstroke 2 years ago, and these games were always a marker for Los Angeles in 4 years' time. She said, "Hopefully this is the first of many Olympics for me. There's lots of work to do, and I'll be looking to move my times on. So come Los Angeles in 2028, I can be competing for medals. The next cycle is going to be very long, but I can't wait to get back in the pool for the next World and European Championships and then through to LA. I've had lots of nice messages, there were lots of watch parties and the support has been great." Shanahan was one of 2 Eastern Bartonshire athletes to compete in Paris with Beth Potter from Bearsden in the triathlon. The 32-year-old returned home with 2 bronze medals from the women's individual event and the mixed relay. That article was written by Brian Yule and it was read by me, Corey. New arrivals making an instant impact for City. This article was written by Brian Yule and it's being read by me, Corey. New signings Sofia Miata and Nicole Kozlova made an instant impact as Glasgow City won 7-0 at Montrose to open the SWPL 1 season. Making their competitive debuts, Kozlov grabbed a first half brace to send City on their way, and then Miata added a second half hat-trick. Another new face, Samantha Van Diemen, also found the net, and captain Joe Love rounded off the scoring. Kozlova told the club's media team, pre-season felt long. There was lots of hard practices as well as settling in, and I knew we couldn't wait to get the season started. The first goal is kind of like ripping that band-aid off. It was just great to get it, and from there things kind of flowed. We were happy to be on the right side of the game. Once you find the net, it becomes easier, and you are a little calmer in front of goal. Meanwhile, Rossvale women made a great start to life in the SWPL2 with a 4-1 win at home to Kilmarnock. City travel to reigning champions Celtic on Sunday as Rossvale head to St Johnstone. Kirkintilloch Rob Roy drew 0-0 at home to Kilbirnie Ladeside in the WOS First Division, while Petershill won 3-1 away to Ardrossan Winton Rovers, and Ashfield lost 3-2 as they hosted Mabel Juniors. Rob Roy, who were at Kilwinning Rangers last night, Tuesday, and Petershill are both at home in the South Challenge Cup on Saturday, against Mid Annandale and Darvel respectively. Ashfield welcome Irvine Meadow in the league. Caledonian Locomotives bounced back from 2 defeats to win 4-1 away to Forth Wanderers in the second division. They travel to Bells Hill Athletic tonight, Wednesday, before hosting Loch Maben in the South Challenge Cup on Saturday. Glasgow Pershore made it 3 wins on the bounce as they won 1-0 away to Glasgow University in the third division. They host Vale of Leven tonight and then Drumchapel United in the South Challenge Cup on Saturday. Rossvale drew 3-3 at Saltcoats Victoria in the 4th Division as West Park United drew 2-2 at home to Royal Albert. Both sides have a free weekend after Rossvale hosted East Kilbride Thistle and West Park went to Easterhouse last night. That article was written by Brian Yule and it was read by me, Corey. Tigers boss was left sick by referee's decision in defeat. This article was written by Phil Lanning and it's being read by me, Corey. Glasgow Tigers boss Cammy Brown admitted he was left sick by a controversial 49-40 defeat at Plymouth Gladiators on Saturday. Tigers made the trip on the back of their clash against Edinburgh Monarchs, having to be abandoned due to the weather the day before. A dramatic Heat 14 turned out to be decisive in Devon, with referee Barbara Horley excluding Jordan Jenkins after a heavy crash with Patrick Bake and Joe Thompson, gifting the home side a 5-0, which all but wrapped up the victory for Plymouth. Brown said, "We feel sick. The referee have cost us another meeting again. We are absolutely scunnered. That is probably the worst refereeing performance I have ever seen." Jack Smith was in front of Beck in Heat 5, and she said Jack wiped him out, which was a lot of nonsense. Then Jordan was winning Heat 14 by a mile, and James Pearson falls off. The referee then reruns it after 3 laps, despite Jordan being well ahead. The race is rerun. Bake falls, and the race should have been stopped then, but he actually hit Jordan, who then lifts and carries into Joe Thompson. Then she puts both Plymouth Raiders back in the race. I also asked her about Ben Barker, clearly moving at the start of Heat 11, but she said she didn't see anything. I said she could look at the replays on TV. She wouldn't, but she looked at the replays of Heat 14 3 or 4 times. We should have gone into Heat 15 in a last heat decider at 42 each. Exciting for the fans and the possibility of a super heat. The referee just ruined the meeting. We would have won the meeting without those poor decisions. The meeting was coming our way and we are absolutely sick. But we are not giving in yet. We will try and win everything now to stay in the playoff picture. Despite falling 8 points down after Heat 9, Tigers fought back. Harris was outstanding and broke the track record in Heat 1, while guests Jason Edwards and Jenkins were excellent. Brown added, "There were positives. I couldn't ask for any more from Jordan and Jason. They were exceptional. They tried 100% for us, and we won't forget that. We loved working with them, and they were professional and quality all night." Tigers are back at Asheville tonight, Wednesday, as they host Monarchs. That article was written by Phil Lanning, and it was read by me, Corey.
That concludes this week's edition of the Kirkintilloch Herald podcast. Please remember to subscribe to our channels at Tune Review and to tell your friends about our service.